Hello, my name is Michelle Salazar. I was born and raised here in Fresno, California. I'm a liberal studies major with a minor in Spanish, and as you can see, I've been delivered. This has been like a childhood thing. Like I used to play teacher when I was a kid. I grew up like admiring my teachers. I've had some really great, amazing teachers who have impacted my life in several ways. And I had a moment in like junior year of high school where I was like, teachers don't get paid enough. I think they deserve more. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to go the psych route. And I ended up joining a teacher's academy that year, which is my junior year, and then I fell in love with teaching all over again. So I just love it. I love working with kids, and it's something I'm super passionate about, and in less than a year I'll be a teacher, so that's pretty crazy. Me as a teacher is just kind of building up the self-confidence of students and helping shape them, because at the end of the day they are our future leaders, and it is probably my biggest passion, just seeing these kids grow up and turn into their own individual selves, and learning about the importance of hard work and dedication and everything. Just everything that they put forth is going to be worthwhile at the end. I've literally worked with kids from pre-K to 6th grade, and you get them when they're babies, literal babies, and then you see them grow up, and it's just, it's so rewarding. And even simple milestones of them like improving their reading or actually showing interest in a subject, like it's little wins like that just make the job so worth it. And even when they come and say thank you, or they tell you that you're their favorite teacher, and et cetera, it just makes everything so worthwhile. And I just can't wait till it's my turn to be in the classroom. So yeah. There's definitely a lot that came with that still comes with that. So I'm the first in my family to graduate from high school, and now in a few months I'll be the first to graduate from college. And the reality is there's a lot of what ifs, and there's a lot of questions on if I'm doing things right, if I am taking the right path, if it's going to lead me down a successful road. Specifically for me, I think the pressure I put on myself is I want to be able to provide for my family, and for my parents, and give back to them for everything they've done for me and all their sacrifices. So my biggest motivation is the idea of, am I going to get to my goal, which is to provide for my parents, and how do I get there and be successful so I can give back to them? They've done so much for me. There's no price that I can put on everything they've done. So it's how can I even give them a slim of what they've given me, if that makes sense? So I think my biggest thing is just finding my path and making sure I'm working hard. And but there's a lot that comes with that too. It's not knowing, like I said, if you're going down the right path, or even questions on processes. When I filled out FAFSA, I was like, what the heck is this? I don't know. It was the most stressful process ever. Even having to do things on my own, because my parents aren't able to help me anymore in certain aspects, educational wise. So it's a lot of discovering things through yourself. And me being the first, I'm also teaching my younger brothers how to navigate through this world. And I'm kind of their little guide through life as well. So it's been interesting, and I'm definitely someone who puts a lot of pressure on myself. So with that has come a lot of I've dealt with imposter syndrome, dealing with can I actually do this, or am I gonna fail, or even moments of self-doubt and not thinking that I'm gonna be successful. But at the end of the day, I've worked hard enough where I'm seeing little wins, and I'm okay, I'm moving towards the right direction. So it's just about surrounding yourself with those people who are there for you, surrounding yourself with family, friends, and people who will show up for you and tell you that you are doing enough, and that's something I've had to learn. I am doing enough. That is, yeah, so. Southeast Asia I took a study abroad. I studied abroad, best decision of my life, 10 out of 10 recommend. That has made my college experience like 10 times better. Like I literally loved it so much. So my junior year, my sophomore year going into my junior year, I went abroad to Southeast Asia for a month. That was the longest I've been away from home and the farthest I've been away from home. So that was definitely an experience. My thought perspective was the fact that I thought I was going to be in Europe for my first time internationally. That was always been my dream. As a little girl, I was like, oh, Paris, like, woo, But I ended up going across the world to Southeast Asia, and I got to travel to 4 countries. I got to explore Korea, Seoul, Korea, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand. And that just opened up a whole other side of the world, and it was completely life-changing. Don't even get me started on the food. The food was 10 out of 10. Like, take me back. I'm trying to go eat some pad thai and, but it was just, it changed so much of me because you see this side of the world and you're like, you don't really know about it until you experience it, if that makes sense. And it was just such a beautiful experience. Like if I'm being honest, I had the worst perspective on, that side of the world. But now I want to go back. Like the beaches were beautiful, the people, the culture, everything was just so wholesome and beautiful, welcoming, and just super duper fun. And it makes you appreciate like a different side of the world and a different, just the different aspects of it in general. So I just grew to be like, I came home and I was like, I could not stop talking about my experiences there. And like, I want to go back, guys. I'm like, what am I doing here? But yeah, it just gives you so much perspective in how you live your life, and even like how you can apply things that you learn over there back home. And that's probably one of the biggest things. I would say one of my favorite memories, I literally turned into a kid. When we were in Cambodia, we got to go to the elephant sanctuary. And I turned into a child. I was just so excited. Like I saw the elephants and they were like a hand away from me, and I was like, oh my gosh, just so excited. We got to play with them. We got to feed them. We even gave the elephants a bath. It was just the best experience, and they're like my fondest memories of Asia. And like just being with like our group of friends, the group that we traveled with was so fun, and I got super close to some people, and I'm so friends with them. And just like the memories, like those are memories that they're like core memories. Like I'm thinking the inside out little bubbles, but they're like my core memories, like from that trip. Like so much laugh. Like I was free. I didn't have to think about school. I wasn't thinking about any of my problems and any of my life. I was just living life. Yeah, I was just enjoying life and having the best time. And I think I look back and I'm like, man, I need to go back. I'm like, what am I doing stressing out over here? But yeah, I just love that and just like walking through the markets and going out at night, and it was so fun. So but yeah, the elephants were definitely a highlight. Like I got to pet them, and I have really close, like it looks fake, like the picture I have, it looks fake, but 10 out of 10, like, hey guys, it's real. You got to play with the elephants. So it was awesome. But so I'm gonna go back to Asia and go play with the elephants a little more. Like I said, I really thought I was gonna be in Europe first. So I think definitely next my bucket list item is Europe. Ideally, I'd love to go to Spain. Spain's Spain's up there, but Paris is too. So it's like, but I'm thinking I'll just start off somewhere and then just spend like a month there again and just go from point A to point B, But yeah, I'm thinking Europe next. I'm fingers crossed. Unless there's a different plan and I'm supposed to go somewhere else, who knows? But as of now, I'm like, ideally, Europe. I am the concert enthusiast. I love my concerts. I love music. And I'm not ashamed of it. I'm a fangirl. So it's like, it's fine. My best concert as of now, because I do have some concerts that are coming up and I'm super excited. But last year, I went with one of my best friends to go see Benson Boone, which you guys should know who that is now because he blew up because of Taylor. But I had been following him, me and my best friend, one of my best friends, we've been following him since we started freshman year of college, which is when he first dropped a song. So this is back in 2021. I had been following him since COVID and everything, and then, so long story short, we went to his world tour last year, and again, I just said I'm a little crazy fangirl, so I'm like looking at his social media, and he posted a link to a private event, and I got my best friend and I into that private event, and we got to meet so many celebrities. It was like an influencer event, like it was so cool. We got free stuff, we got a tote bag, we got like, it was all-inclusive Spotify event. I have the bracelet if anyone wants proof. But I got to meet my top artists, Joshua Bassett, if you know, you know. So I got to meet Joshua Bassett, Daniel Seavey, Matt Cornett, who's on the show with my favorite artist. So it was just like, we got to meet so many celebrities that night, influencers, and go to a roller skating event with them. It was insane. Like, I was like, is this a dream? Am I dreaming right now? Like, there's no way I'm here. I was like, I am not nowhere. I was like, am I at the wrong place? I'm like, why am I here? But it was so fun, and just the concert was amazing, and it was like I was singing my favorite songs, and but yeah, I just love concerts. They're my safe space. They're my therapy. I grew up like in a faith household. Like I grew up Catholic, and my parents like installed my faith in me like when I was a kid. But college has definitely, coming here to FPU has definitely helped shape me and helped me grow in my faith journey in a lot of aspects on just learning how to build a relationship with God and kind of allowing myself for that to be my foundation on how I live my life, if that makes sense. So coming here, I learned how to read my Bible. Like, I started reading my Bible, focusing on prayer, and even worship music was something I had never been introduced to. And I just love worship music. That's like my one thing that like has helped me grow a lot. Like, worship music has helped me grow in my faith so much here, and it's my favorite thing. And even just being able to sing worship songs with your friends, and sometimes my roommates and I are going on late night drives, and we're just singing our worship songs in the car. It is something so therapeutic about that, and it's just so wholesome. Even just being able to build friendships off the faith as well has been so beautiful, and being able to pray for your friends and take care of one another and know that you have that relationship and that care for people is just such a beautiful thing. And that's one thing I love about this school. Like, I remember like my first day, like we walk into class, it was my Bible class, JCC, and I remember the teacher starting off with prayer, and I was like, wow, this is so beautiful. Like, starting class off with a prayer and like, you know, praying over our learning and everything. I just think that's such a cool thing, and so beautiful, and it's just great how we're able to grow our faith here and just the different aspects and build community through our faith as well. So yeah, super grateful for FPU for that. For me, and it's something I'm still learning, self-care is definitely something I'm like definitely still learning about, and how to take care of myself. But I think knowing your limits. I definitely took on too much this semester. So guilty. But knowing your limits and knowing that there's a place where you can stop, and that's enough. Also, go to therapy. Therapy is amazing. Like, I'm like, it's so good for you, and it's something that it's like you have someone to talk about things you're going through, and sometimes it's hard to express yourself and talk about those things, but therapy has been amazing. It's just good for the soul. That's the best way I can explain it. Like, it's just so good for you, and it helps you kind of clear your mind and leave all those things that are weighing you down, out on the table, and it's like so great. But yeah, knowing your limits, knowing that you're enough, knowing that you can do it and that God has you on the path for a reason. Whatever you're going through, God is not putting you through that for anything. You know, there's a reason for it, and you're going to learn from it, you're going to grow from it. And know that you're enough and that you got this, and obviously implement self-care, whether it be going out for a walk, going out to go grab a sweet treat with your friends or coffee, and doing things that you like and that bring you peace, if that makes sense. That's kind of the best way I describe self-care. If you feel at peace, you're doing it right. Cup of joy. I could talk about cup of joy all day, every day. If anyone knows anything about me, my thing, cup of joy is number one for me. That's my study place. That's my coffee date place. That's my hangout with my friends. I'm friends with the baristas over there. Like, hey, if anyone needs cup of joy recommendations or anything, if it's never been, I will go with you. I will introduce you to the best coffee shop in Fresno, in Clovis, you know. My order, it definitely varies. I know the entire menu, guys. Come on now. Like, I am a stan. Classic is the Hallelujah. Love it. It's just so good. I've tried different coffees from different places, and supposedly they're supposed to be good coffees, and they're good, but they're not cup of joy good. Cup of joy is number one. And anyone who says otherwise, I need to have a chat with you guys. Okay, I disagree. But my order goes back and forth between the Hallelujah, which is like a cinnamon white chocolate coffee, and it's so good. It's just the perfect cup of coffee. But then if you love lavender, which that's a specific taste for some people. It's an acquired taste. I love it. So sometimes I go to the Amazing Case. But yes, so if anyone needs recommendations, I got you guys. Like, that is my place, my study spot. I call it my happy place. My first happy place is Disneyland, but my second happy place is Cup of Joy. So I'll tell you guys that much. So that's how you know I'm a fan, guys. I'm a fan. I think Cup of Joy needs to sponsor me. Please sponsor me. My biggest secret, no, I'm just kidding. I'm open about it. I did win a car at 14, which is pretty, I won a car at 14. That's like my biggest flex as a student, as a kid. I was literally a teenager. But yeah, I won a car at 14. So our school district, the Central Valley, the San Joaquin Valley, as they mentioned, they do this event when the Fresno Fair is here, and it's called the 4.0 and above event. So this is for students who achieve a 4.0 and we're automatically entered into raffles. They give us a fair ticket to enter for free, and then that's our ticket as well. So I went my 8th grade year when I was in 8th grade, and I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I get to be entered into this raffle. And that year they separated us between there's two bins. There's the middle school bin, and then there's a high school one. And my first year I didn't win anything, but it was just exciting to be there. Just the fact that I was there, I was like, oh my God, this is so crazy. My dad took me this year, that first year. My second year, I was a freshman in college, not college, guys, in high school. I was a freshman in high school. And I didn't think anything of it. I was like, my dad, I don't know, my dad might be some kind of psychic, or I don't know, but he was like, sweetie, you're gonna win the car. And I was like, you're funny, Dad. I was like, no, I'm not. And I recorded my own win, which I don't even know, like, God has to have put it in my heart for me to have recorded that moment, because it was crazy. So I'm basically like, I'm sitting in the stands, and the first year I had sat on the floor. I was like near just so I could walk if I had won something. But this time I was up on the bleachers on the stands. I was like, I'm not winning. So they call my name. They're like saying they're from Edison High School, Michelle. I was like, oh my, and I cut the recording. I was recording and I cut it, and I dropped to the ground. My mom's crying. I'm crying. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm like, I just won a car. All of a sudden, everyone in the stands is trying to get out because they're like, oh, we didn't win the car, So people start walking out. Seniors are upset because a 14-year-old girl just won the car. And keep in mind, this is schools from all over the San Joaquin Valley. So I was like, Oh my gosh, that's actually insane. And so I was crying, trying to walk down the stairs, and then I was like, "There's no way this is happening." I go down, and they're like, "You just won a car." I was like, "Oh my god, are you guys sure?" Like, I'm like, "I'm 14." I'm like, "What?" And I called my dad, and I was like, "Dad," I was like, "Dad." I was like, he's like, "What?" "I won a car." He's like, "You're lying." He's like, "You're playing with me, huh? You're joking." I was like, "No, Dad. Like, I won a car." And my brother also was like, "No, she won a car." Like that. I was like, so yeah, pretty insane story. 14-year-old right here won a car at the Fresno Fair. And yeah, that car was my baby for a while. That's the first car I ever drove. That's where I took my license test. But definitely that big moment for me. I was like, holy, like that's insane. But that's my story on how I won a car at the age of 14, y'all. My friends and I are pretty good at this. We love our sweet treats in my apartment and in our friend group. So there's like a few options, but the top contenders. It's either ampersand. So we go to ampersand for a little sweet treat run. All the flavors are 10 out of 10. We love them. So it's always really fun to go try the new flavors of the month, or even just like, go grab our classics to classic favorites. So it's either ampersand, or a big one this year has been Pazookies at BJ's, which if you guys have never had a Pazookie, oh my god, they're so good. Like they are a 10 out of 10. Like just think about like this little skillet with a warm chocolate chip cookie and vanilla ice cream on top, and the vanilla ice cream is melting, and you just take a bite and it's heaven. It's like heaven in your mouth, and it just cures all your problems. Like if you ever need a little pick me up, go get a Pazookie or get an ice cream with your friends, and it's so fun. So that's definitely my pick me up. Or plug again, Cup of Joy coffee. That's like I'll go to Cup of Joy, get my pick me up. But yeah, that's my thing on sweet treats, and we're all about them. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Michelle Salazar, and once again, I've been delivered. Um, okay. Yeah, so all right. Um, um, oh, I could talk about this topic for days. But 10 out of 10, like, hey guys, it's real. We got to play with the elephants. So it was awesome. But so I'm gonna go back to Asia and go play with the elephants a little more.